And we can let Alan in. Okay, all right, thank you very much. Hey, welcome, Alan. Alan, welcome. Let's see. It is 54 minutes, so we're going to start. We're going to start early and end early tonight. And James Brown is he's taking the night off.
Hey, James Brown is taking the night off. Him being one of them dead voters.
Yeah. I couldn't argue with him. He just told me to eat dirt.
How's everybody doing this fine Thursday evening? It's just the day before Friday. So happy it's Thursday. I love that acronym.
So it's our Friday, your Thursday. So
that's right.
Okay. Hey, we're going to do a special event like on Tuesday, and you can go to innervisionrecords.org. That's innervisionrecords.org, and look in the events, which I hope Peter has put it up. If not, go to if you're on my LinkedIn, you'll see the event there, and sign up for the event, and we'll go from there.
Tonight we'll be talking a little bit about grant writing. Is that right?
Yep, grant writing.
Hey, that's all right.
And it's kind of weird. It's like, and the grant that one of the grants I'm thinking about, it will be closed on Tuesday, November the 2nd. So, and that's Voters Day too.
Wow.
We have some people voting on that day too. But with people, they're sending out the ballots, so you probably already fill out your ballot will be filled out, and you take it to the voting place and drop it off right there at the box there at the voting place, right? So now, in the future, we're going to be talking about some of those that are on the Denver one, because you got to be aware of what's going on, because this is how we got this mess in the first place, by not, taking a little nap, not really paying attention. So here we are. Now we're playing catch up. Yes. What was that? What was that joke? What is the tomato? Let's see. What is the tomato?
Either you're breaking up or I'm breaking up.
Wait, you can't hear? Am I breaking up?
Yeah, you were breaking up for a minute, or I was breaking up. One of the two.
Yeah, you sound pretty clear right now.
All right.
Okay.
Well, anyway, so basically, could you just repeat what you just said?
Oh, I was about to tell a joke about catching up. So, like, what did the father tomato say to the baby tomato when he was lagging behind?
When you grow up, you're going to be ketchup.
So ketchup. Yeah. It's like, I don't know, just silly little jokes. So anyway, tonight is going to be open topic Thursday open topic. That's what I entitled the show. And if you haven't, we got the edited version, which I'm going to put the edited version parts of that on Rumble of our interview with Jimmy Lee Tillman, and you'll be interested in like how the 27-minute interview, and I put a little commercial in there as well for the radio station, because I want to get the word out about our station as well. And tomorrow, I want to let people know tomorrow. Let's see, we're going to have Alfonso at 3:00. Well, we're going to have the morning show, of course, with me, and then Alfonso at 3:00, and then Robert Randall at 5:30. And so stay tuned for those shows tomorrow night. And I got to get a hold of guys. Make sure
looks like Sunday you've got a personal friend of mine who I've known for many years. His name's Brett Boyer. Is that right?
Yeah. Got a Boyer? Yeah. How do you know this person?
Oh, we've been friends for years. He currently, well, he at least used to teach at the Colorado Center for the Blind. I don't know if he still does. I suspect that he does.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I've known him for a long, long time. Gosh, at least 15. I'm getting old. At least 15 years. Wow.
Man, get this with and this is kind of weird, like, because I have a friend, she's been married, same guy, like 30 some odd years, and I was there when her youngest brother was born, and I remember her like holding him, like, like on the hips, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then unfortunately, he overdosed on some drugs. He's only like 34 years old, but it's like it was like really. I said I was there when he was born, and it's so weird to see young people like that, get themselves destroyed with I guess these like overdose of these pills and stuff. So, but it was it's just weird. It really puts in perspective when you say I was there when that person was born.
It's interesting. It's interesting because you just don't know when your time is up. I mean, whether you choose to imbibe a little bit too much in the drug or alcohol scene, or whether you're perfectly straight like my pastor. He just boom, massive coronary, done. And then my other buddy Rich, I mean, we were doing a show on where do you go when you die, and right after that show. I mean, the day of that show, right after we got done, I got a phone call indicating his death. And, so it really forced me to look at some things real seriously about how I want for things to go with the length of time I've got left. Do I want to get vaccinated? Do I not want to get vaccinated? Oops, can't really talk about that on YouTube. Do I want to get that thing or not get that thing?
Get that vacation. Yeah.
Yeah, the vacation is not for everybody, and unfortunately, I'm having to reconsider even more getting that vacation because, I'm a blind guy and I'm going deaf, and so if I go to the gas station, go get a pack of cigarettes or a cup of coffee, and I get hit. And maybe I'm in the hospital and maybe I need an organ, a kidney or a whatever.
Oh, yeah.
What's going to happen here? Because apparently, according to the University of Colorado Health, they're really wanting for folks to just go head on and get that vacation taken care of. Or else there will be no organ for those that they'll be placed on an inactive status, and they'll have 30 days to go ahead and sign up for the vacation package. And if they go ahead and sign up, then they get placed back on that active status. Well, golly gee willikers, I just got hit by a truck, and I need an organ, and I'm getting ready to kick off. I can't wait 30 days to get the vacation package.
Yeah. It seems like how they're trying to back people into the wall. And if you get a chance on Wayne Dupree's show, which you can get it on either YouTube or Facebook, towards the end of the show, like about 45 minutes in there, they show this video, and I got to look for it. And it showed like when the government started experimenting, lying to like mostly Black people and doing experimental things. And the last one was to see, they want to know how much radiation they could give someone without it becoming harmful. That was the last one they did.
Was that the one in the 70s?
No, this is the one like I think in the 90s.
I didn't know about that one.
Yeah, I didn't either. Yeah, because I heard about all the other ones, but then that one, I said, wow, because they want to see, how much radiation a person could take before, time's up, and they just say, hey, we just we do. It said, I couldn't believe what they were doing to people, this experiment. And now, anything goes. And
that is quite fascinating. That's wow. That is just quite fascinating.
Yeah. When to do pre-show, I'm thinking about I might grab it and just take the audio, or look for look for it myself, because I got Malcolm X. I got his stuff, so I may look for it myself and then play it during our show. But I just fascinated with the hesitation for Black America to take the vacation, and I said, "Wow, I didn't know about that one. I knew about the other stuff, but I didn't know about that one." So this government has not been honest with a lot of people. In Flint, Michigan, they had the water was filled with lead, and that went on for a long time, and I don't even think that's even been totally fixed.
I tell you, my pastor went down there to Michigan at one point. The guy that had the coronary kicked off a couple of years ago. He went down there and talked to folks about the stuff and was involved in just trying to get that stuff taken care of. Exactly. But I don't know what's transpired. I mean, sure, some people got into some trouble, but it just kind of quietly all went away. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's I don't know. It seemed like hopefully we won't have that shut up mirror. And then Mitch McConnell again, like it seemed like every few years we had this debt supposedly crisis, and that's Kawasaki or whatever her name is, who's the press person. She was comparing like how much money Trump spent over his time compared to let's see. No, she was just comparing that to Biden, right? So she's comparing 4 years comparing to 9 months. but she didn't go back to Obama, who got us into the $1 trillion range. Right?
Well, so that's absolutely right. That's absolutely right. We were sitting at about memory is spotty on this, so you might want to use Google. Google knows everything. I think we were sitting at about 3.4 trillion national debt in 2014-ish, and by the time President Trump was elected, we were sitting at what was almost 7 trillion,
and he brought it under what what it was. He could have went higher, but he had some fiscal responsibility, and it was under. But she didn't say that. Psaki didn't say that.
Yeah,
she was just comparing it like these Republicans are spending money like drunken sailors, and I think, well, usually when they point one finger at you, 3 fingers are pointing back at them. So
it's what they call projection. But you're absolutely right. You can't point one finger at somebody and say it's their fault when you got 3 other fingers pointing back at yourself. Especially when we're sitting at at least $28 trillion of national debt right now.
All right. And then I want to get in like another nuance of the whistleblower. Some people are saying that this whistleblower from Facebook might be a scorned past lover, because they both went to the same college, and she kept calling him Mark Zuckerberg, just Mark, and so like there was like some kind of familiarity there, right? Yeah. And so maybe it was a little fling while he was married, and he said, "Hey, I'm gonna cut this off," and she said, "Well, I'll get you." And so some people are thinking like, well, maybe it's a little lover's quarrel that set her on this direction.
It is interesting because in some of that testimony that she was giving, a lot of people are hailing her for going and being a whistleblower. Unfortunately, during some of the testimony, she's actually crying for more censorship. So basically, she says, "Oh, censorship and blah blah blah. We're doing all this down here, and the only way to fix it is more of it."
Yeah, but if the left is in control of it, who's going to be censored? And I have a feeling it's going to be the right. So I don't trust her as far as a stone can be thrown. So I just think this is another smokescreen. And like
I think you did a great job in not listening to the hearings, because I'll tell you honestly, that's 3.5 hours I'll never get back.
Oh man, yeah. They spent 3 hours with that woman. Any breaks? Commercial breaks?
I don't know. I don't know. I was just following the thread, and in between that and some of the other stuff that was going on, it lasted about 3.5 hours. And I'll never get that.
That's wild. That's wild. That's a little bit too much. I mean, man. I mean, I can understand if it's a talk show and you're getting different calls and stuff like that, but which one day, we might be at the level where we're doing talk shows. I mean, getting anonymous calls from people, but when we get to that point, we'll have a phone screener. Yeah,
there you go. Kind of moderate things, make sure that only the trolls that have blonde hair and blue eyes and look pretty.
Yeah, that too. That's wild. So, and then and then also, I said, well, it was something else. We were talking about like getting off the grid, and I was just thinking because it's getting to a point where sometimes you got to stop feeding the beasts.
Well, that's absolutely right. Absolutely right. I mean, you've got IRS letters that are going out with undisclosed amounts on the letters, indicating, in some cases, not even a payment, but they are saying, "Hey, you made a mistake on your taxes," and so you've got about 60 days to go ahead and appeal this letter. You can call the IRS at thus and so, and they give a phone number. Which does happen to be valid. It is a bona fide letter going out by the IRS, apparently. Or you can write them, and within that 60-day time frame, you can set up an appeal of whatever they say on that letter that you might owe them. Some people are saying that they're just getting the letters from the IRS indicating that they're $600 monitoring will start taking place. Others, however, are saying no, there are actual dollar amounts affixed to the letter. And then there are others that say that there is no dollar amount affixed to the letter. It's just blank, but you've got to get a hold of them within 60 days before they decide to make their judgment against you. A lot of folks thought that the stimulus package went out for first one at $1,200, the second one at $600, and the third one at $1,400 was all free money, which in all actuality, that was never the case. It was supposed to have been an advance upon what our next number of years of tax revenue that we would be bringing in to Uncle Sam. So we're expected to pay that back anyway. A lot of people have opted not to even take the stimulus. I don't know how they did that. I mean, mine was directly deposited into my account minus the $600 one, which I only got last week. But I had to fight for that one. I had to call the IRS and correct form after form and resubmit this, blah, 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 that. Well, now I am being informed that these letters are indeed going out, and if indeed they are bona fide letters from the IRS saying, hey, go ahead and give us your tax ID number, which happens to also be your social security number, and send that letter back and we'll go ahead and get the ball rolling. Well, they should already have that, shouldn't they?
Yeah, you would think so.
So breaking their own rules by having us submit to them records that they've already got on us. At least that's my way of thinking on it.
Yeah.
And so living off the grid, man, initially I thought, man, this is pre COVID days. I figured, well, I'm going to go ahead and set up a sort of commune, get a bunch of folks together, me and a bunch of my blind buddies, and set up a little community going, and kind of live off the grid, man. I was going to teach folks how to start fire with a stick and a rope.
Yeah. Hey,
and things like all kinds of stuff. And then, COVID hit, and those plans were destroyed. But of course, you've got Saguache County, which is a rural area near the San Luis Valley here in Colorado, that have adopted some pretty harsh draconian measures when it comes to ammunition sales, gun purchases. Apparently, there are now warrantless searches, which are now legal, and you've got a whole boatload of other things that, in my mind, are a beta test for a lot of the rural areas that might be going to this system all over the United States. Not the least of these being, if you own a plot of land and the rain or the snow falls on it, and you decide you want to collect that rain or snow melt and use that water for your crops or whatever like that, nope. That's federal government property, and that's just over the top. That's over the top.
Yeah.
If it falls on your land, it ought to be your water. You ought to have rights to it. Let's talk about a pond or a lake. Those waterways and tributaries, according to some of these municipalities that have adopted these procedures, are purview of the Bureau of Land, which is an arm of the federal government. So it's quite fascinating. Living off the grid even may not be the best possible scenario either. I mean, you already have a hard enough time getting supplies up there to wherever. If they take away your water rights, and if they take away the ability to burn fire to keep yourself warm, and you have to use either a natural gas or propane type setup. Now, right now, they're giving incentives for folks that are off the grid, as well as other folks, the ability to go ahead and put solar panels on their property, on their home, wherever, and use that for electricity, and then sell the excess on over to whatever public service co-op, public utility co-op, and maybe get a little extra money off of that. Problem being is, when you live off the grid, you've got storage batteries, and the sun don't shine all the time. So bottom line is, you don't have extra power to sell back to any public utility company, let alone be able to live. I don't know how many times where the generator just gave out, or we didn't get enough power stored in the batteries, thus making it to where the generator couldn't crank over because the batteries were dead.
Yeah.
All this due to solar energy. And not only that, this guy had windmills on his property as well to try to augment the stuff. But even with the turbines, it wasn't enough.
I don't know where I heard this from, but this is a country that they try to go all electric and they found that they couldn't do it. So they fired up their nuclear plants again. And now they're outsourcing some of the energy they're getting off of that to other I guess nearby countries near them. And I don't know if it was Lithuanian or where, but it's like it's like, yeah, you got these good intentions with the windmills and all that kind of stuff, and believe me, I mean, like, whatever. But then when you find out that it's just not going to happen because we just don't have the infrastructure for it, then reality sets in, and then you have to go back to the direction. So that's what it seems like.
If you're just joining us, you're on FM. We need to keep the lights on, so hit us up at paypal.me/Innervision Denver. And any open topics that ideas that you might have, hit us up at the email address at info@innervisionfm.com.
Yes. Yeah, we're definitely looking to just different topics. I mean, it can be, and it doesn't have to be the topics that we are that you hear us covering. I mean, it could be a variety, and we'll cover those topics, and might even have you on to talk about those, one of those more topics. So we're Absolutely. Open to that too. So hey, so that's just the way it is. Well, anyway, we started 6 minutes early, so we're gonna be ending a little bit early tonight. So hey, we thank everybody for joining, and of course we'll see you Monday. This will be a long weekend of news gathering and stuff like that, and maybe even some entertainment stuff gathering as I'm looking at some entertainment stuff, and or this day in history. Who knows? It'll be some fun stuff. So join us Monday, and we'll see you then. Oh, if I can figure out how to close this thing.
God bless.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Candace, for liking our show.